Give me your money now.
Who do you think you are?
Shut.
I'm not gonna give you anything.
Shut up. I'm gonna use this gun if I have to.
Someone call the
don't mess
cops.
with me. Shut up.
This did not have to happen. Statistics show this kind of incident occurs several times a year in grocery stores in Washington. With the appropriate response, it is usually preventable, and the police, in cooperation with the Department of Labor and Industries, Division of Occupational Safety and Health, ask you to avoid letting it happen to you. Please, listen carefully to the instructions in this program and follow them closely. Robberies happen, all too often. We're working together to prevent them, but they will continue to happen no matter what. The statistics on robberies and resulting deaths and injuries are unacceptably high. But the numbers can be lowered with your help. Scenes like this can be avoided by following some basic rules. We will show you what these rules are. We will also show you how to prevent personal injury in the event that you are being robbed. You can survive such situations, and that is the priority. Your life is worth more than any amount of money or merchandise. All you have to do is follow some simple rules, and the chances are you will live to see your loved ones again. Today, we'll look at 3 robbery situations, each intended to show you how they could have been prevented, and to show you how to survive them if they do occur. First, let's re-examine the scene you just witnessed so we can begin to show you how the outcome could have been different. When customers are not purchasing items, it is a good precaution for workers to busy themselves away from the cash register by stocking items on shelves or cleaning the store. But always be on the alert for what's going on both outside and inside the store, and be wary of any suspicious-looking customers. Remember that robbers often pose as customers before they go into action, and that disgruntled ex-employees have been known to seek revenge against stores where they have been employed. In smaller stores, a buzzer may go off as the door opens, advising everyone of the would-be robber's presence. There's just no sneaking around now. No surprises. Be sure you know the store's planned escape route also, a way to get out of the store or into a panic room in case of pending trouble. And if there is a clear opportunity to escape, take it. Push the alarm if possible, but escape as soon as possible and call the police from your cell phone or the nearest phone available. Only take this route if it's completely safe to do so. Once the crook is inside the store, he is on camera. He is also clearly visible from outside. If the robber still goes through with his plan, despite all the visibility, all the signs, and the small amount of money available, he's probably desperate, which will likely make him nervous, shaky, and unpredictable. You can best control the situation by letting the robber think he's in complete control, by fully cooperating with him. Be as cool and calm as you can be, and keep him from getting more nervous than he already is. As soon as he makes his intentions known,
give me your money right now.
Assure him of your cooperation.
Okay, whatever you say.
Hurry up, let's go. Okay.
Calmly explain your every move to him.
So I'm gonna walk over the cash register, nice and easy.
No.
All the time, take quiet mental notes on the robber's description, voice, mannerisms, anything you notice about him.
When I open it, it's gonna make a ringing sound, so don't be alarmed.
Yeah, get it done.
Act as normally as possible, and be as comforting to him as you can. Avoid staring at him, but don't be afraid to make occasional eye contact.
Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry
You
up,
may
hurry
or
up.
may not see a gun,
Give it to me. Come on.
but assume he has one. Explain that there are others in the store, so there are no surprises. Explain everything you do, so nothing makes the robber jump in surprise.
It's on.
This is all you have? Okay, what about the safe?
Employees aren't allowed to open the safe.
All right.
This store has 2 cash registers, but the other one is open, with the drawer tipped up and exposed. As soon as the robber leaves, make sure the coast is clear and lock the door. Call 911 and then the owner. Emergency numbers should be readily available next to the phone. Then get away from the windows and immediately write down notes about anything you remember regarding the robber and the incident as you wait for the police. Be sure to note the direction he went when he left and a description of his vehicle, including license plate number if possible, but do not expose yourself to danger to get it. The police will arrive shortly, and because of your training and intelligent actions, he may be caught in short order. Needless to say, be sure to cooperate fully with police and follow through prosecution. Either one of these situations could be you. The answer is as obvious as the question: your money or your life.
What you have just witnessed was a portrayal of something that can happen any day in Washington State. It may be tempting to try to be a hero in a robbery situation, but the fact is, the true heroes in our society are those who care enough about human life to be prepared, to have the courage to keep their cool in dangerous situations, and to do the right thing. It takes a lot more to stay alive, use your head, and help others do the same. These are the true heroes of a safe and sane society. To help prevent robberies, assess your situation. If you're a store owner, answer these questions. Is your store well lit at night, inside and outside? Are your windows clear of clutter? Do you have security cameras and signs advising your clientele? Do you have panic buttons, easily accessible to your employees? Do you have a safe or drop box to which employees have no access? Are there signs saying there is minimal cash on hand and employees cannot access the safe? Is there an escape route or safe room with phone and emergency numbers posted? Are there mirrors in the store that provide a full view? Is there a phone by the cash register with emergency numbers posted? Do you have a formal safety manual and training program for security, including first aid? And if you're a store employee, remember these points. Help management assess the store security situation. Take an active interest in safety training. Be on the alert. If there are no customers, don't hang out near the cash register. Keep non-active registers open and exposed. If a robbery takes place, stay cool, cooperate. Keep your hands in sight and don't make any sudden moves. Keep it calm and keep it brief. Never try to be a hero. You'll be a hero if you help keep people from getting hurt. Remember details about the robber, his clothes, his car, etc. If you have a silent alarm and it can be triggered in a composed manner, okay. Otherwise, trigger it after the robber has left. As soon as the robber is gone, be sure the coast is clear. Lock the door, close the store, do not chase after the robber. Call 911 and stay on the line with the dispatcher. Let him or her ask the questions. If you have description information the dispatcher doesn't ask, offer it. Then call the owner. Ask witnesses to wait for police. If they refuse, get detailed information from them. Designate a site safety officer until police arrive. Don't let anyone go into the area where the robbery occurred. There may be fingerprints, or the robber may have left something behind. Don't disturb the crime scene. Do not discuss the details of the robber with anyone, and ask others not to either. The police want fresh memories from each witness or victim, rather than recalling other people's details. Sit down and start making notes while your memories are fresh. Ask others to do the same. Wait for the police to arrive. Cooperate fully with police. Provide all possible details. Know that the first responders will press hard for information to provide to perimeter units. Provide the officer with the best descriptions you have of persons, weapons, and vehicles. Don't exaggerate. Report only what you know, not what you think you know. Make video surveillance available. There are, of course, many different robbery situations that store employees can find themselves in. One situation that's become all too common these days is pharmaceuticals, particularly Oxycontin, a highly addictive drug that is a useful painkiller when used as directed, but very damaging when abused. Nationwide, there have been more than 1,800 Oxycontin robberies over the past 3 years, many of which were perpetrated by desperate addicts who used guns, knives, even machetes, anything they could get their hands on to pull off their crimes. There are other prescription drugs targeted in such robberies, of course, but Oxycontin, which has a black market value of up to $100 per pill, has led the list, and Washington is one of the leading states in Oxycontin robberies. Whatever the drug, there is a good chance that the criminal perpetrating the crime is an addict, increasing exponentially the chance that the robber is desperate and out of control. And that increases the need to stay calm and cooperate. The number of incidents involving its theft remains high enough to put the police on high alert. The crime wave has spurred some pharmacies to hire armed guards, or to affix tiny tracking devices to medicine bottles to let the police easily track a thief after a robbery. Many have upgraded their surveillance cameras. Some have installed bulletproof glass and counters high enough to keep would-be robbers from jumping over them. giving these pharmacies the aesthetic of an urban liquor store. The most important thing is to do exactly what the person wants, to end the encounter as soon as possible. Because once again, the fact is, no amount of money or merchandise is worth your life. This addict has been approaching a pharmacy in the back of a store. But he's so loaded, the manager saw him coming and did the smart thing. He closed the gate, locked the cash register, and called 911 while observing the would-be robber from a safe place. Note that he's staying online with the dispatcher, reporting the man's actions. He also reported the would-be culprit to the store manager, so customers in the store could be ushered out discreetly and safely. And when the police arrive, they can handle the situation. In such circumstances, it's far better to be safe than sorry. Everyone is safe, and the robber is going to end up empty-handed and in jail. But let's back things up a minute. What if the alert pharmacy manager hadn't noticed the man and had suddenly found himself at the business end of a gun or other weapon, being told to hand over drugs or else?
Mr. Drugman.
Calm down. We'll work with you. What is it you want?
Oxycontin.
In these situations, the same principles apply that applied in the grocery store. Calmly look the assailant in the eye and comply with his every demand, slowly and coolly. Do not do anything to surprise him or provoke him.
Okay, you're in charge. We'll do anything you say. Just take it easy with that gun, please.
He may be loaded, but you have to assume that the gun is too, and that's a mighty shaky finger on the trigger. The pharmacist has to calm the situation down, and fast. He will tell him everything he is about to do before he does it. He quietly pushes the silent alarm. If he wants the cash in the cash register, he gives it to him. If he wants drugs, he gives them to him. As is often the case, pharmacists in their smaller work areas might find it more difficult to stand very far away from the cash register, though it is still good to do so when possible, just as it is still a good idea to be as watchful and wary of suspicious-looking clientele as possible. The pharmacist did keep drugs and the cash registers out of reach, and although he does have the benefit of a cage with bulletproof glass, he has to consider the safety of everyone in the store. He knows it won't be long before this person gets caught, but he's following the rules and playing it safe to be sure no one gets hurt. As the robbery commences, the robber is being videotaped, and the pharmacist is mentally recording everything he can about the man. He continuously assures the robber through his cooperation. If the robber asks to come into the cage, or for you to come out, attempt to politely resist, but offer something in return.
I'm sorry, that's the one thing we can't do. I can't give you anything you want, though.
If the robber leaves before the police arrive, check to be sure the way is clear. Then lock the front door. Get away from the windows and call 911, and then the owner. Immediately write down notes about anything you remember about the robber and the incident as you wait for the police. Note the direction the robber went when he left, and assure that the crime scene is protected.
Everyone, thank you for your cooperation. The incident is over. You are all safe.
Also ask people to refrain from speaking to each other about the incident, and to write down their description of what just occurred in their own words, and stick around to cooperate with the police.
We have locked the door. The police are on their way. We ask that you stay away from the pharmacy and anywhere the robber may have touched so that the police can check for prints. Please write down in your own words what you've just experienced. Don't talk to each other. This is a police request. Also, please remain here until the police arrive and give them your full cooperation. Thank you.
The police will arrive shortly, and because of your training and intelligent actions, this robber will hopefully be caught in short order. When describing a suspect to the police, the following information is useful. Record the time, date, and location of the incident, and write down as much information about the suspect as possible, including height and weight, hairstyle, length and color, skin color, eye color, and any outstanding facial features. Other notable features such as scars or tattoos, mannerisms in speech, walk, etc., clothing and footwear, vehicle make, color, year, license plate number, and direction of travel. This robber is headed for jail.
Hi, my name is Martine, and I used to be a gang member. Now I work to keep kids out of gangs because I know it only leads to jail or death. I first joined the gang when I was really young, and it was really for protection. And then after a while, it just became my family. We did everything for each other, and we did a lot of partying, a lot of drugs. And the only way we could support our habit was by stealing. We did a lot of robberies. We did whatever we could, and we didn't care who got hurt in the process.
So it should be no surprise that a third robbery scenario that occurs is by gangs. It may in fact be the most dangerous of all situations because it can involve a number of young thugs, all well armed. Gangs thrive in both urban and rural Washington communities and could be entering your store with one of several motivations. Gangs are typically motivated to make money to support their habits or their lifestyle. They may be after drugs, or their intrusion into your business may be motivated by an initiation, a grudge, or just their version of fun. Whatever their cause, they are notorious for shoplifting, violence, and theft. Their numbers are growing, and they're not restricted to urban areas anymore. In fact, they're very common in smaller towns now. It is critically important to be well trained and prepared to deal with potential gang situations. If it is safe to do so for you, your fellow employees, and your customers, the best approach is to avoid them entirely. At the first sign of trouble, retreat to a safe room and call the police. If you are in a situation in which you have to deal with the gang members, it's again important that you comply with their wishes. Cooperate affirmatively and do not challenge them with your voice, body language, or overt eye contact. Do take mental notes of their descriptions and actions, but reassure them of your cooperation. And again, avoid surprises by telling them of your every action before you do it, as well as any actions of anyone in the store. Instruct other employees and customers to cooperate fully.
Look, everyone will cooperate with you. We'll give you anything you want. No one has to get hurt. Take whatever you want.
That's good, man. Give me the money.
Meanwhile, press the silent alarm if you can do so inconspicuously. Otherwise, follow the same rules.
Come on!
Don't let there be any surprises or sudden moves. Comply with their wishes and make the encounter as brief as possible.
Hurry! Now!
After they have left, call the police and then the store owner immediately and write down everything you can remember about the incident. Lock the doors and cooperate fully with the police. Protect the crime scene and encourage any others involved to do the same. The obvious bottom line in any theft situation is to do all you can to avoid injury or violence. Your cooperation with police will help assure that these criminals will be brought to justice. In preparation for such incidents, it is important for all businesses to be as fully prepared as possible. Store owners must provide crime prevention training as part of their accident prevention program. Such a program should include proactive engagement with local authorities. Employees and patrons have the right to be safe in the workplace, and the Washington Department of Labor and Industries, in concert with the various police organizations in this state, are determined to see that you have it. While robberies and theft in various forms have emerged as an occupational safety hazard in many industries, especially retail trade, L&I and the police can turn the tide on these trends and help increase the safety of the Washington workplace, with your cooperation.
We have emphasized this fact over and over in this video. There's no amount of money or merchandise ever worth jeopardizing your health and safety. We will continue to emphasize this fact and encourage business owners and employees to treat the workplace as a place where such hazards could be prevented through proper preparation and training.
Employers must develop a safety plan and take time to adopt effective strategies to protect their workers from serious risk and provide a safe and healthy working environment. It makes sense, and it's the law. With your cooperation, we will save lives, prevent injuries, and help make communities across the state more prosperous and safer places to work and live.